Good afternoon, everyone. Today's agenda is, today I'd be acting as the chairman. And for today, our agenda is we'll vote on who will be our chairman, our leader, assistant leader, and other positions. So, the floor is now open for the nomination of chairman. Those who want to nominate, you may now raise your hands. Yes, Ms.
I nominate Julene Carurucan because I know she can handle the situation and the entire group because she's patient and very responsible.
Thank you, Ms. Any hands? Those who would like to nominate for our chairman, please raise your hands.
I nominate April Toledo because I know she's capable enough to do everything and I know she's responsible to do a lot of works.
Okay. Is there any more nominations you would like to place?
I close the nomination for chairperson.
Second motion.
Okay, so now let us start voting for our chairman. The floor is now open for voting. Those who would like to vote Ms. Julene Carurucan as our chairman, please raise your hands. Okay, 2 votes for Ms. Julene Carurucan. And now those who would like to nominate vote for April Toledo, raise your hands. Okay, so majority of the group voted for Ms. Toledo. Ms. Toledo will be our chairman. And for the second position, for the position of the leader, the floor is now open for nomination.
I nominate Jamil Francisco to be our group leader because I know that she can handle things and she can handle us easily and she's patient enough.
Any more hands for nomination? Yes, Mr.
I
Imperial.
nominate Vanessa Joaquin to be our leader, for she is quite responsible in managing the group very well. So the job fits her really right.
Okay, so are there any more nominations you would like to place? Okay, I now close the nomination for our group leader. Those who will be okay.
I second the motion.
Thank you. Those who will be voting for Ms. Vanessa Joaquin, raise your hands. Okay, any more hands? 2 hands for Vanessa Joaquin. Those who will be voting for me, Jamil Francisco, as our leader, raise your hands. Okay, 4 votes for Jamil Francisco, so therefore I will be our group leader. And for the next position, the table is now open for the assistant leader. You may now place your nomination. Okay,
I nominate Jolene Carurucan for assistant leader because I believe that she deserves that position and I know that she has many experience being assistant leader.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Taran. Any more hands? Mr. Emperor.
I nominate Ana Dominic Casanova to be our assistant leader because I know she knows how to assist our leader very well.
Okay, thank you. Any more nominations for the assistant
The
leader?
nomination for assistant leader.
I second the motion.
Okay, now the table is now open for voting. Those who would like to vote for Miss Julene Carurucan, raise your hands. Okay, 2 votes for Miss Julene Carurucan. And those who will be voting for Miss Ana Casanova, raise your hands. 4 votes for Miss Ana, so that means Miss Ana will be our assistant leader. And for the next position, we'll be voting for our secretary. The table is now open for the nominations. Miss Padilla.
I nominate Miss Vanessa Joaquin because I know she's responsible enough to be our secretary.
Okay, thank you. More any hands?
I nominate Mr. P-Boy Imperial because I know he will he will be good enough to be our secretary because of his experiences and because of being responsible in every writing activity.
Thank you, Ms. Toledo. And now I close the nomination for our secretary. For our secretary, those who would like to vote for Vanessa Joaquin, raise your hands. 4 votes for Vanessa Joaquin. And those who would like to vote for Jeremy Imperial, raise your hands. Okay, we have 2 votes for Mr. Imperial. Therefore, Ms. Vanessa Joaquin will be our secretary. I now close the voting. Thank you. And so positions left are for the researchers and the material designer. So let's vote first for the material designer. Those who would like to place their nomination, the floor is now open. For our material designer. Okay, I'll start. I nominate Mr. Mark Mercado since I believe he can contribute when it comes to our floor design and when it comes to technical issues. I believe he can handle it. So I nominate Mr. Mark Mercado. Any more hands for the nomination for material design? Ms. Toledo.
I nominate Ms. Casanova because I believe she will be responsible in handling technical things. She can manage to bring it all, and on the actual training program, I think she will be good to be placed in that position.
Thank you, Mr. Imperial.
I nominate Sheena Perol because she is an IT and she is a great technician in our company. So yeah, I believe she's the good one.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Imperial. So the floor, I now close the nomination for material design.
I second the motion.
Thank you. So the floor is now open for the voting for our material designer. And those who will be voting for Miss Ana Casanova, raise your hand. 2 votes for Miss Ana Casanova and 2 votes. So those who are voting for Miss Sheena Perol, raise your hands. 1 vote for Miss Sheena. And those who are voting for Mr. Mark Mercado, raise your hands. And so majority of the group agreed that Mr. Mercado will be our material designer. I now close the voting for material designer. And for the last row, which are researchers, since Ms. Jaline Carurucan, Mr. Jeremy Imperial, Mr. Adrian Cernal, and Ms. Sheena Perol hasn't have the positions yet, I can now say that they will be assigned as our researchers. Thank you. So we have agreed that Miss April Toledo will be our chairman. I will be Miss Jamil Francisco. I will be your leader. Miss Ana Perol will be our assistant leader. Ana Casanova, and Vanessa Joaquin will be our secretary, while Mr. Mercado will be our material designer, and the rest of the group, which consists of Miss Jaline Carurucan, Jeremy Imperial, Sheena Perol, and Mark Adrian Cernal, will be our researchers. Thank you everyone for attending. Meeting adjourned.